She didn't say it in anger. That's what stayed with me. It wasn't during a fight. There were no raised voices, no slammed doors. We were standing in the kitchen, the light over the sink flickering the way it had for weeks because neither of us had bothered to replace it. I had just reached for her, nothing dramatic. My hand on her waist. A quiet attempt. She laughed. Not nervous. Not shy. Not even dismissive in a cruel way. It was the kind of laugh you give a child who asks for something unrealistic. "You're not sleeping with me," she said. Just like that. There was no softness in it. No apology. Just certainty. For a moment I thought she was joking. We'd been distant, yes. Busy. Tired. Marriage does that. But something about the way she turned back to the sink, like the conversation was already over, made it clear this wasn't temporary. It wasn't stress. It wasn't a phase. It was a decision. I stood there longer than I should have. Waiting for her to turn around and say she didn't mean it. Waiting for her to explain. She didn't. That night I lay in bed next to her, awake, staring at the ceiling. She scrolled on her phone for an hour, then rolled over without saying goodnight. I kept hearing that laugh. Not the words. The laugh. There's something different about rejection when it comes with amusement. Over the next few days I tried to act normal. I told myself I was overreacting. Maybe she'd had a bad day. Maybe she felt pressured. Maybe I should communicate better. Men are told that a lot. Talk more, express more, understand more. So I tried. On Sunday I asked her if we could sit down and talk. She sighed before I even finished the sentence. That sigh carried more weight than her laugh. "What now?" she asked. I told her how I felt. Calmly. No accusations. Just facts. I said I missed her. I said intimacy isn't just physical, it's connection. I said I didn't want us to drift. She listened. Arms folded. When I finished, she shrugged. "I just don't feel that way anymore," she said. "I don't need it like you do. Like I was the problem. Like wanting your wife wasn't normal. Like desire itself was embarrassing." "What does that mean?" I asked. "It means stop expecting it." Stop expecting it. That was the moment something shifted. Not anger. Not even sadness. Just clarity. Marriage isn't just a contract. It's an agreement to show up. To try. To care. And if one person quietly opts out while the other keeps pretending everything's fine, that's not partnership. That's coexistence. Weeks passed. Nothing changed. She went out with her friends more. Stayed later at work. Started locking her phone. Not once did she try to meet me halfway. Not once did she ask if I was okay. But she complained about small things. The trash. The groceries. The way I folded towels. She had energy for criticism. None for connection. One night, I overheard her on the phone in the living room. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop. I was getting water. My name came up. "I don't know why he still tries," she said, laughing again. "It's honestly awkward." Awkward. There it was. That word wrapped around me tighter than the first laugh. I went back to bed without making a sound. And I realized something I hadn't wanted to admit. She didn't just stop wanting me. She stopped respecting me. Desire can fade. That's human. But respect? That's a choice. The next morning I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I didn't make a speech about vows or loyalty. I made coffee. Sat at the table. And waited for her to come downstairs. When she did, she looked surprised to see me already dressed. "I want a divorce," I said. No build-up. No drama. Just the truth. She blinked like she hadn't heard me properly. "Are you serious?" "Yes." For the first time in months, she looked unsettled. "Because of that?" "You're overreacting." It was interesting. When she rejected me, it was logical. When I rejected the situation, it was emotional. "I'm not overreacting," I said. "I'm responding." Her face changed then. The confidence slipped. "You can't just throw away a marriage because I'm not in the mood." "This isn't about mood," I said. "It's about effort. And respect." She started crying. Not quiet tears. Loud ones. The kind that demand attention. "I didn't think you'd actually leave," she said. That sentence told me everything. She thought I'd stay no matter what. That I'd adjust. That I'd lower my expectations. That I'd accept being unwanted as long as the house stayed intact and the bills were paid. I felt strangely calm watching her cry. Not cold. Just steady. "I asked you to talk," I said. You laughed. Silence filled the space between us. For months I had felt small in my own home. Questioning myself. Wondering if wanting closeness made me needy. If expecting intimacy made me unreasonable. It doesn't. Marriage without connection isn't peace. It's slow erosion. She reached for my hand then, suddenly desperate. "We can fix this," she said. Maybe we could have. If the laugh had been followed by remorse. If the shrug had been followed by reflection. If "stop expecting it" had been replaced with "let's figure this out." But respect once lost doesn't quietly grow back. "I hope you find what you're looking for," I told her. And for the first time in a long time, I meant it. I walked out that morning not because she denied me, but because she dismissed me. And there's a difference.